All right, I call this one the archetypal nature of reality and the wheels falling off the reserve currency, featuring Janet fucking Yellen. This is news from 5D. I'm Otis 5D.
News from 5D with Otis 5D.
All right, so here's this dumb bitch being dumb as usual. This is so special. What you're about to witness is so special.
And over a longer time horizon, how concerned are you about the potential impact of the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency? And over a longer time.
I call this one the archetypal nature of reality and the wheels falling off the reserve currency.
Horizon, how concerned are you about the potential impact of the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency? And over.
I call this one the archetypal nature of reality and the wheels falling off of the reserve currency.
A longer time horizon, how concerned are you about the potential impact of the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency?
You know, we're in the end game now. I don't know if you know that. We're in the end game where things start happening very rapidly. And, you know, the wheels on the bus go round and round until they start falling off. And if you look at the charts of reserve currencies typically, I think the longest are usually around 100 years. There are some exceptions. I think like the Dutch guilder and the Italian florin lasted significantly longer than that because they were made of gold and they were not debased. But aside from that, reserve currencies don't typically last more than about 50 to 100 years. And it's just over 50 years since America went off the gold standard and that the money became fake and just... you had to come up with like new theories, like modern monetary theory, to explain why you don't actually have to AKSHU, you don't have to back up money with anything because the government, blah, 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 is good for it, blah, blah, blah. And I have a tiny bit of openness to this with, the idea of like a humanoid robot productivity boom that, I don't know, like blasts open the GDP or something, but I don't know. I'm skeptical. And the fraudulence of the American system is becoming like it's so threadbare at this point that like this fucking dumb bitch, like she's gonna be able to run jack shit. This bitch couldn't run a fucking jack in the box, you know what I'm saying? And like to think she's gonna, figure out how to make a fake money that is like, bro, the debt is going up like 500 billion every, like, what is it now? Is it like every month? Is it 500 billion a month? Is it every 2 weeks 500 billion? Is it every 2 months? Like one of the biggest news items or like historical events of my entire lifetime was the 2008 financial crisis where they had to print $800 billion with something called TARP. I don't even remember. Treasury Asset Reserve Program. I wonder if that's what it was called. I don't even remember what that thing meant. But anyway, they printed all this money and now that's just like a regular month. Like the biggest event, the biggest financial event almost of my lifetime is now just a regular month. So, the wheels are falling off of this. And so now let's just move on to the archetypal nature of reality. You can be a dumb fuck. You can be like an atheist, dumb fuck, materialist, and then just like, get the fuck off my channel. I'm so sick of these people. I don't want to know you. I don't want to banter with you. I don't want to hear your arguments or, hear you mock me or, I don't want to debate you. Just get the fuck away from me. So anyway, to the rest of you non-dumb fucks, the reality is extremely symbolic, metaphysical, archetypal. I feel like I just, I did this whole tirade and now I'm just saying some bullshit and it's like, damn, bro, I fucking talked a big game. I hope I can like back the shit up. So, yeah, like things are linked, things are synchronistic, when God moves in mysterious ways. Dude, I'm flubbing. I am fucking up right now. Give me a minute. Sometimes when I take a moment and I pause a little bit, things start coming to me and, I snatch victory out of the jaws of defeat. Okay, got it. So this is a completely fraudulent system. This will be looked back on as like some kind of weird anomalous miracle, that there was this period of time for 50 years where people just kind of like accepted that there was like one group of people that could print the money that everyone used. And it was in a complete sort of... it flew in the face of historical wisdom about things like gold and the hardness of money, which is a concept that we don't need to go into in this video. As it fell apart, the fraudulence was harder and harder to kind of maintain. And when you are lying horribly, disgustingly, reality kind of like signals to you that all is not well. You get these symbols, because even if you're trying to hide something, reality has other plans for existence. And there's something very beautiful about this. And I guess what I will say, because I always like these videos to be of value. We're not just here to talk shit and call old ladies dumb bitches. We also want to, be the strongest version of ourselves. Shout out to Elliot Hulse. And in so doing, it's like, as you begin to understand the archetypal nature of reality, my favorite religion, I think, or philosophy would be Taoism, a Chinese philosophy which posits that there is a sort of like flow of energy that is existence, and it is eternal, and it has qualities, meaning time is not a flat line. It's kind of topological. There are choppy times and fast times and slow times and Ridgemont High times and, forested times and, drought times and, et cetera, et cetera. Things where like looping back times where things from your past, revisit you. And Taoism posits that the way to live is to harmonize with existence, and that the way you fundamentally do that is to sort of like become one with the Tao, which I would say to me is becoming one with life and its symbols. You become like a fucking sniper looking for... Sniper's not the right word, but you have the intensity of a sniper looking like that's it. I know a hunter, like, somebody looking for... I guess sniper wasn't that bad, actually. And you're looking for what reality is trying to show you. You're looking for signs and symbols to guide your understanding of what the current quality of time actually is. And the reason that this is worth doing, and the reason that it is worth aspiring to sort of like truth and logos and becoming one with the Tao, is that when you work against that, as they say, all symbols fall, and it gets harder and harder to keep up the appearances. And I kind of don't want to say this, but I'll say it anyway. It's like, I feel like you see it so clearly with Kamala, and it's like she just looks like more and more of like a retard drug addict, and it just gets weirder and weirder as the days go on. And we should take lessons from this, right? Because reality, if you are in my camp, is fundamentally archetypal, and you can either use this or be used by it. And anyway, that's that. This is a good video. It was a little bit, disjointed and whatever, but maybe it's a disjointed quality of time, motherfucker. All right, go fuck yourself. Peace.
Otis5D.xyz.
Go fuck yourself.